the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear.
What is going on, y'all? It's Common Sense. We are back, and as you can tell, we are here in person, live in Georgia. Decatur, where it's great. Not playing.
We're not telling you where we're at. We're not in Decatur.
But yeah, so we got a dope reaction video. But we already got to start off with introductions. Go ahead on, take us to where we need to be. Yeah,
See Julius Workout. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram. I gotta get y'all more content, but just check it out. I mean, again, as you watch this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any content you want to react to, please just put it down in the comment section, and let's just keep, connecting people.
It's your boy Anime Swag Fitness, Sharpie90, Big Guy Fashion on Instagram, Liftish. New video, as I said before, for the last video coming this Monday, first video. And yeah, so we got we got a very interesting video. We got Jordan Peterson, a reaction video to Jordan Peterson apparently being called, what is it, the god of incels?
God of incels.
The god of incels.
Which, before we go, can you please remind the people what the word incel actually means?
Incel pretty much just means like dudes who just don't get no butt. I'm just being honest. So essentially, from a more diplomatic approach, guys who don't tend to do well with women, and because of that, then they tend to be a little bit more aggressive towards women.
Yes, exactly what it says. Yeah,
but
that's
they don't.
Crazy.
Yeah, but they don't want to be though. Again, they don't want to be, but it's just
they do that. No, I mean not say that, but they're angry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, they definitely are too.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. You don't want to be in that community.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially what it is. So yeah. And we can go and hop straight into a reaction video.
Yeah, so I just clicked the.
So you just do that. No, I got you.
Yeah.
Niggas got to cross train. Do stuff. All right. Boom.
I got present on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. All right, yeah, guys. This is a clip from not a clip, it's the whole thing. It's a clip from Piers Morgan show. Was he British, right?
Yeah, he's British.
Yeah, they be on that morning show. It should be funny.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
So you got him with Jordan Peterson. He's talking about that Olivia Wilde movie and the comparison. Just give you guys context. The movie's Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
Where I believe Olivia Wilde created really the context of the movie around Jordan Peterson, and Chris Pine, who's like the main, I guess, antagonist in the movie, is Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just crazy.
Here we go.
Good movie though. I liked it, but it was kind of wild.
I've got to wrap it up. I don't want to, but I have to. I want to ask you just quickly. The film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is.
It's hilarious, man.
But you see, there's even already starting out too, like they're like poking fun at the fact that these like guys don't do well with women who are not confident and like stuff like that. So it's just like you're already starting off wrong. You know what I mean? And you're like poking fun at these like men, and then you're wondering why they have issues.
And nobody does that shit with women.
No, they don't. Yeah, no, nobody does. Yeah, you
start from a high place with women and come down with men. You start just taking jabs.
Yeah, like immediately, and then you like wonder why, like you wonder why they don't want to like talk to women or have a good relationship with women in the United States. Like,
it's really sad that like he's, I guess he's a spokesperson for the incel community.
Yeah,
and
man, this nigga married with kids.
Yeah, like to me, I wouldn't just say he's a spokesperson for the community. He's a spokesperson just for men in general. There is no spokesperson.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's sad, but yeah.
I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional talking about it.
Well, God, you know, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category.
Yeah.
And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does that mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do. And everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it?
By that time, you know, as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, you know, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, first thing I did was go look at the preview for a movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, you know, that if I had to be played by someone, I think Chris Wilde, he's very good looking.
So he's talking about Chris Pine.
Yeah.
So now we know for a fact he's talking about Chris Pine. Because I was like, Chris Wilde does not look good looking. Like, he's a comedian, but he's not like a really good looking guy. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Which, if you watch the movie, it's a spoiler alert, but basically, effectively what the movie's about is we're in a modern day society, right? And you know how it is. Like today, men and women both work.
A
lot of work, right? Mm-hmm. You're not really having intimate time. You're not living in a traditional setting, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, these men, like the character in this movie is played by
Chris Pine.
No, Chris Pine's like the Jordan Peterson.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The incel is Harry Styles.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So he couldn't drop his fucking accent. That's a whole other thing. It was weird. But so he's playing an American, didn't drop his accent. But he basically is like a dude who he lost his job, right? And his girl, she's a doctor, like a surgeon and shit. And they live in some shitty apartment. I don't know how the fuck live in a shitty apartment and be a surgeon, but whatever. Yeah. Olivia Wilde's trying to paint this picture of this shitty life, right? So he's on the internet searching, and he finds Chris Pine's like community, where Chris Pine basically builds this digital world where you can basically have a cognitive reality in a digital world where you're going back to the 1950s lifestyle. So the man works, the woman stays at home. Yeah. Now where the incel part comes in, so in their situation, they're married. Yeah. They're just not happy. Yeah. Like happy with this, right? These other dudes, we don't know where they got these chicks from. So like when he's like this part towards the end of the movie, he's like filling out like towards the end of the movie, they're actually going back in time. So you're seeing how he got to that point. Yeah. So he's filling this form. It's like, are you married? Or like kind of trying to figure out how you acquired this woman. Yeah. He's married to his wife. The other dudes, we don't know if they motherfuckers can kidnap these chicks, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So Olivia Wilde is showing like the worst of like men's society, where she is, which I agree, she is showing the worst of the incel community, where you're so bad with women that you resort to literally like kidnapping them, hooking them up to this technology, and then basically making them think that you are married and putting them into this digital world, and then like, you know, having sex with them, keeping them at home, but they're not even at home. They're in some digital world.
Jesus,
it's a crazy ass movie. And basically, Chris Pine is like the creator of this world. Then what the whole goal is basically trying to get back to a society, which to an extent I agree with.
Yeah.
Getting back to a society where you focus on home, a normal like lifestyle. Where, you're able to watch your kids, you're able to enjoy life and all that. And he's supposed to be Chris Pine, which Chris Pine is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude is nuts. I'm like, yo, Jordan Peterson is not Chris Pine. I get where she's coming from, but she
sounds fucking like I hate her.
It's definitely a stretch. I can understand where she's coming from because to an extent, but again, so Chris Pine in the movie is advocating for men, but he's taking away women's right to choose how they want to live. I don't think Jordan Peterson is trying to take their right. He's just trying to educate men. There's a difference.
Nothing that Jordan Peterson has said 100%. There's not one single clip that Jordan Peterson has said about women being less than men, women not being as good as nothing.
I've not seen that.
I'm like, y'all niggas getting him confused with Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit. Like, that's the complete opposite. Jordan Peterson has a healthy sense of and a healthy brand of masculinity, right? Where he's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a man, you need to be a man, you need to be, strong, proud, dangerous, all the stuff like that, but also still be like emotionally available and, sensitive to like your partner. So I'm just like, so anytime I hear people say, I'm like, man, fuck you, bro. Like,
and that's my thing. If you watch the movie, it's like, if she thinks that's Jordan Peterson,
she doesn't know anything.
She has never read any of his books.
Anything.
There's no way.
But then, it's funny to me too, because I'm like, yo, like to me it's so funny because I'm like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? It just kind of proves the point. Like, all right, yeah, you're just another fucking, Hollywood bimbo who doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know what I mean? And you're just going based off the status quo. Like absolutely not. Like, yeah, so.
It's freaking crazy. And not to mention in the movie, so I guess the movie, she's trying to portray that women should have the choices. They should be, feminism rises up, but I don't think she delivers on it at all in the movie. Right. It honestly, in the movie, you realize that, in my opinion, that lifestyle isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I don't think she showed how shitty their life was, in the real world, and how much better it was when she was at home.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I didn't walk away thinking that their lives
was so much better.
It looked like shit to me, but that's how I took it.
Man, and so that seems all right, And then I said something like, "I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me," and it was a joke. All that was a joke.
You've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. Give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net, yes. In all the details, probably not. No one's perfect. So people make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
Jordan's been a fascinating interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've got this new box set out.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as that goes. But
yeah. I mean, I thought that was crazy at the end. I mean, I'm assuming those tears are genuine.
No, they were.
And watching it, it's just it's pretty clear that
he cares.
He cares, and how do we get to a point where we just we don't care about men's opinion at all?
I think that it's that one guy, I forget his name. I think he's Indian or maybe Middle Eastern or something like that. He's like a billionaire. and he's been really like popular here lately. You know, gray hair, saucy beard, and stuff like that. And he said it, and I love the way he said it. He said that, you know, from the 40s and the 50s and 60s, he's like, men worked, women stayed at home. He said, but what happened is that men started to abuse that power, right?
Yeah, I hear that.
And they started to abuse that power and treat their partners like as less than or not as important or, whatever, right? And so then those women didn't have a problem with staying at home. They just wanted to be respected in whatever their positions were, which made them eventually want to go out and do things on their own accord. And because those men didn't like treasure and value their roles in the home, then it made them feel like they needed to operate the same way those men do in order to, be seen as any type of value. And that's the issue. And so this is a like 95% strictly American problem. And people say, so no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Like the only other country that's kind of going through is like the UK. Like, and they're so close to us anyways,
And what pisses me off is, and obviously, I wasn't living in those times, right? But my observation, at least of what Hollywood portrays, right, is that during those 50s and 40s, it's always like the white male going to his engineering job and the Stepford wife mom, taking care of the house, right? And what makes me mad is that message was brought down to like the black community.
Like, nigga, we was all struggling.
And let's say, again, I'm not saying black men didn't tell women they weren't shit. I know that happened. I'm not saying it isn't. But it is not the same fucking thing.
It's not,
And I think this shit they try to make it seem like it's the same across the board, and it's fucking not. Because you look at you ever seen that movie or read the book Fences?
Oh, with Denzel Washington and the son and everything. Yeah,
that's more realistic.
That is a lot more realistic
of what happened in the average white black family in that time frame. You were fucking crack poor. He's busting his ass. You're trying to take care of the family, and it sucks. And it looks like, to me, that's what I hate to say this, in modern times, if you look at that, you like, why the fuck would I want to be married? And I agree. That shit don't look fun.
It's not fun.
But it's not much about being fun. It's just like survival.
Yeah.
This shit is about survival, man. I'm like, that movie's crazy.
I think that's why it's so hard right now, because of when it comes to the picture of they're and when we talk about older people and they're older marriages are toxic and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you have a guy every other 3 weeks, right? You know what I mean? And it's always something messy. It's always some drama. You're just as toxic as they are, if not more. Shut the fuck up. At least, they may have been toxic, but at least they're trying to get your black ass fed, clothed, and out the house. You know what I mean? So the fuck is you talking about? My big thing is that if you didn't physically hurt anybody, mentally, physically, sexually, and you got them out the house, and during that day and age, then I don't have anything negative to say about you. Because how the fuck am I supposed to tell you what the fuck you was going through? And they was going through real shit, like segregation, Jim Crow, all this bullshit. You want me to sit up here and try to say from our spoiled act? Look at what the fuck are we at right now? Yeah,
we can't compare the two, because I think about my grandfather growing up. You're
mine too. You remember? Yeah.
It's I deal with in my job, right? I deal with simple shit I gotta go to the meeting, or maybe I didn't get a promotion or whatever. Motherfuckers trying to spray them with water hoses.
For real. Niggas,
it's completely different.
If you didn't show up to work, that was a legitimate hey,
which I guess is why I don't understand how and not to just shoot at I'm not trying to shoot down black women. How did they get roped into feminism?
So the biggest thing was that, for the longest time with, for women, because of the separation between, because people say what they want, black men and black women haven't had the best relationship ever since they came over to America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sense. And you look at that just from just roots from slavery. Yeah. You know what I mean? And women expected men to be able to protect them, and they couldn't, and the men couldn't protect them. They just physically couldn't, right? The grape of African American women and just going down just generation, right? You know what I mean? And then around 60s, maybe 70s, right? You started to see the disintegration of the black home in general, because there were more incentives, right?
Yeah, that's true.
For women to be single. Now, what single-handedly took out the black man out of the home was, and in general, seemed to be the targeting of Black men, right? Like trying to lock them up for like petty or very little reasons, right? So then they started getting locked up. They were, absent, and then you started seeing all these extra programs like, oh yeah, welfare and WIC and all this extra stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then from there, those kids grew up without their dads. So that first generation grew up, second generation grew up, and then it's been a
see, I agree with that. 'Cause I think a lot of times I see on YouTube, like other YouTubers like saying like, oh, it was the government coming in and trying to make the women not want the man in home. I don't think that's the primary reason, because I don't think in general most people are going like that check is like really going to take care of you like that.
Yeah.
I think it's like more or less like, yo, we're going to strip away all your ability to fucking feed your family.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to sell drugs and we're going to put your ass in jail for that shit.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to go out here and steal cars and other shit like that. Or you remember that movie, Dead Presidents? When
came back from Vietnam, right? Couldn't get a job.
I know plenty of dudes like my mom, friends of hers that like I can't tell you the amount of people that like have like Black men I've met who cut my hair, did this, who were in the military, and right now
still can't find
work, don't got no savings. That's common. They were like, yeah, went to Vietnam, came back, ain't had no job.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time, and I'm like, how the fuck you ain't got no job?
Yeah, and again, a lot of it is like not marketable job skills. Yeah, you can go on and on, right? But yeah, you're right though. Like, it's
that's crazy to think though that you went and served in this country and you didn't have a job.
And I think modern days soldiers, sailors, Marines, like that's why they changed it, because they saw how many homeless veterans there were. They saw how many veterans that weren't doing well. So now they have a lot of systems to help them for like transitioning between like your post 9/11 GI benefits, you know what I mean, your disability, affordable housing, VA home, all this stuff, you know what I mean, like it's like in play,
That's crazy though. I'm not gonna get off topic, but like I even know like people I meet like older Black men or just Black people in general, like women who were in the military right in those times, who like got like serious ailments and aren't getting their disability information.
It was different back then. It was. So
and it's just like they just now in the last like 10 years or where they can get the money. And I'm like, damn.
They didn't know. Yeah. It was it was a big thing.
It's crazy.
And then like if you didn't claim it while you were in, then it's like hard to prove if it was service connected. Like it's just how it is, man. It really is just how it is. It's super sad. I mean, it's a means to an end, and you know that. Or either a career if you want to, whichever way. But you have to play the game.
Because I think like a lot of those like things like kind of got us to where we're at now. Yeah. But I think there's an awakening from our generation. I say like millennials, probably even Gen Z now, where they're starting to realize like, we've improved ourselves, and those things necessarily don't make sense anymore. We can kind of get away from them. But like my mom's generation, I'm like, yo, they had it fucking rough.
Yeah, they did.
Like I guess I can see, to your point, why they would take to feminism, but it just wasn't good.
No, it just in reality it just wasn't good.
It's so like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to see women succeed. I want you in that.
No,
job.
Of course, yeah, no, absolutely.
But God, not at the expense of like society.
I think the biggest thing is that like there's a lot of modern women who are so focused on like women being like equal to men, or the same as men or no difference as men, right? And the reality is that men and women were not created to be equal. They were created to be complementary, right? So and nobody wants to talk about that. Where we have problems doing things, right? They tend to excel at, and things that they have problems, doing things, we tend to excel at. You know what I mean? Like it's very different. So
matter of fact, man. Let me show you this clip that I saw on the Pineapple Show of just how crazy.
What the fuck is this? All right, go ahead.
About how crazy people are nowadays, man. Let me show you this clip I saw the other night. Like just some of the shit that like women, again, and I'm not trying to blame them. It's these type of women who say some shit, and I'm just like, yo, they're like they've gone off the rails. Let me show you. Find this clip. And then we can share with our stream.
Okay, cool.
Who's this chick? Let me find. It's this chick in another video. Let me find her. She said, "I don't want to tell you what she. I just want you to see your reaction in real time, because you're gonna be like, I guarantee you're gonna be like, yo, she did not just say this shit." Let me see. It's the same girl. Where is she at? She was cute too, but what she said was just like
Mad Wild.
like I couldn't believe she said it out of her mouth. It's the same girl. What's the video? This it. I think this might be it. Yeah, if you play that, you can cast it.
Okay.
I think that might be it. If it's not, then I'll just tell you what she said.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just see
But
the
you at least wanna
reaction.
try
I'm pretty sure that's the video. This show is funny because the pineapple show because they bring on this wild ass people.
Look like it?
Yeah, so this chick is trying to, so this is Melly, how you say her name?
Yeah.
And then the chick in the middle is the one that's the guys are trying to shoot their shot for. Which again, guys, don't ever get on a show like this. This is to basically boost their ego. You're not gonna,
Of course, yeah.
This is no utility for you at all. It's gonna be
this one, right?
I'm a trucker. The title says.
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh shit! Oh hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, nice to see you.
Sure,
Nice
right,
to. Yeah. So, where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles. Well, not from Los Angeles. I'm from the Bay Area.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm actually from Los Angeles, though, like originally.
Nice.
But I grew up in a place called Palmdale, California. You ever heard of that?
I know Palmdale. I've been to Palmdale. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of grew up out there. But I was so happy to get out of there. I'm a trucker now, so I actually own my own semi truck and trailer.
Okay.
But
yeah, that's dope. Good for you. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. But the thing is, my truck and stuff is it's in the shop right now, so I'm driving as a contractor right now for like an entrepreneur. So I stack my money back up and get my own truck fixed and everything. And, I start running my own authority and stuff. But I'm just stacking my money up right now. But so like,
how often do you vacation?
That's a really good question. And to be honest, being like an over the road trucker, it's kind of every day is like a vacation. I'm on the road.
No, that's not. Like, when do you?
It's like, well, that's a good question. But I usually.
When did you go out the country last?
When did I go out the country last? I'm trying to. Well, I actually have a.
Nope.
Okay, this isn't the video, but it's the same chick. Let me find the right video.
That's not gonna work.
When y'all watch this shit, you're gonna laugh your ass off what she says.
Oh, God.
Just to show you how, like,
shit, this shit just seemed like really mean.
Yeah, I don't know why dudes would sign up for this.
But then again, this is the equivalent. This show to me is the equivalent of like when these females was calling in to fucking the Kevin Samuel show.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like, you know what I mean? You knew he was an asshole. You knew who was gonna fucking drag your ass. You know what I mean? And you still fucking called because you really thought you were gonna be that one.
I guess for me, I would never call in or nothing like this because it's just like,
yeah, it is for what? Like these women, those women specifically, have a super high, opinion of self, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, then you stay up there, right? And the rest of everybody else gonna be down here at the bottom, right?
Let me see this shit's on Instagram instead. It's on IG. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, but this shit just like wild as fuck though, man. Like, I'm like, anywhere in the world.
Let me see, and if not, I can just tell you what she said. But let me check real quick. All right, where is that chick? Cause she be breaking up the clips. I'll be like, so I see the girl, but I'm trying to figure out which dude it was. Cause they be, they want to pineapple them so they can get more guys to, boost their ego. So it's,
of course,
it's advantageous for them to make the guys look like shit.
Of course, yeah. All
right, I can't find the video. Let me tell you what she said. So they're talking about traveling like with the same dude, right? Yeah. So she's asking each guy traveling because they heard traveling is important. And he was like, "What's the last vacation?" She asked him, "What's the last vacation you been on?" She was like, "Oh, I stayed in the NGM in Vegas for a week." Now, if y'all been to Vegas, been really any hotel on the strip, that takes some bread. Like that ain't cheap. She said that ain't no real vacation. She was basically looking for a dude that go like international. She's like, I go international. she like basically pineappled him because you don't really travel like that.
Oh my goodness, it's
Bro.
such a terrible thing. Like, you know, to not see, like it. And again, but you see my point. It's like we really are like doing this shit to each other right now, and it's like, okay, so it's good. And my big thing is just like, you know, do you know what I mean? And that's what like the even like this me being transparent. Like we went with the red pill thing when they're like, oh, all these women are going to end up like, you know, alone at like 50 or 60 years old. I'm like, okay, cool. Then just don't fucking talk to those girls. Like, if I was single, I just wouldn't talk to that girl. Like when you're really young, men don't know anybody. That's when you're at 25 to like 30. Like if you're still single, just don't fucking talk to that girl. Like, but you sitting in period trying to like, and it's always niggas be capping, bro. They be like, yeah, she gonna end up, you know, alone and all this stuff like that. I'm like, you the first one in her motherfucking DMs though, bro.
Yeah, that's
out of here, bro. You don't mean any of the shit that you saying, bro.
And I don't really agree with that because I feel like, don't get me wrong, someone won't be alone, but most people will eventually adapt to their situation.
And they will come down to earth.
And they'll get with somebody. You just may not, you probably won't get with like who you desire when you're 20. But most people don't get who they like dreamed about. Yeah, so it's not really unrealistic.
Because most of us when we're 20, you have unrealistic expectations. Yeah. We don't know anything about the real world and all of that. And that's like, oh, that's settling. I'm like, no, it's not. That's like growing the fuck up.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where like you were talking about this earlier, like in our generation, like in school, we used to joke each other.
All the time.
Like to the point that like you were saying, like if you and your boys were in a lineup, you knew
where you
from best looking to worst
looking. You knew where you
there was no confusion about that. Now I'm like, people be saying shit like, oh, I'm a 10, or you know, I see myself this way, and I'm like, yo, like you need to know where you line up.
Yeah.
You need to know your number. Like to me, for example, right? You should be able to, as a man or woman, you see someone on the street and you should know if they're in your range.
Yeah, you should be able to know. Yeah.
There should be no confusion about what you can and can't pull.
I don't care how much sauce or riz you got. You know,
man.
Like you like, nah, that shit ain't happening.
Because like I be seeing dudes on like the shows and I'd be like, dude, you know you wouldn't pull her in real life.
Never. Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this?
Hey, these motherfuckers be tripping, bro. I'd be like, okay, yeah, you go right ahead and do that shit if you want to.
And that's my thing too, is I be seeing guys on here like they be trying to talk to like, you know, the IG models. I'm like, dude, you can't afford her.
That's my big thing is like, again, if you're really, really young and you don't know any better, but that's like even being a mentor, I was like young ass motherfuckers like, yeah, I really like her. And I'd be like, why? Like go get you a nice fucking boring little anime chick, just like
it's so stupid.
And you guys can do some cosplay together or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you know, she may not be as good looking as like this girl you're like pining over, but I'm like, nigga, look at you. The fuck is you talking about? You never been to the gym, don't get your hair cut, you have 2 pairs of pants. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, stay in your damn like.
Yeah, I don't understand why somebody would like fixate on that to the point like you so stuck on getting something that you can't achieve that you'll take nothing.
There we go.
It's either all or nothing. I'm like,
and those people I don't feel is bad for.
Yeah,
because
I feel like that's a lot of people now.
Yeah, but you got real niggas who will try to like, especially dudes. We are honest with each other. We're like, no, you suck, you ugly, you fat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really will though. Like,
women will lie to each other.
Yeah,
that's
we don't. Dudes do
lie.
not. And I don't know. Maybe these little young niggas, maybe they're starting lying. We always kept it a buck with each other. Yeah. Like whatever. Oh, you burnt, black, crispy. You know what I mean? Like you, by the time you hit 21, 22, that shouldn't even bother you no more. You're like, you just like knew where you were at. Like, so it's like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro?
Yeah, but when I watch these shows, a lot of these dudes, I'd be like, what do you like? You can't pull her.
Nah, like I'm like, yo.
And mind you, I can't pull them. Like I'm married, but like I know where the water seeks is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I would never like waste my time. Like, even if I did pull her, I'm not gonna do what's necessary to keep her. I'm not gonna spend the money. Nope. I'm not gonna keep up with the appearances. So for me, there's no value in me wasting my time trying to entertain a chick like that. But for some people, I guess it's worth it to them. Because I saw one video, I think the video, the guy spent like 50 racks on this chick and he just like met her. Like bought her like clothes, shoes, paid her rent. And I'm like,
it's like a tripper.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, to me it's just like
I don't understand the thinking, like.
But it's niggas like that make it hard for regular niggas too, though.
I don't, and mind you, when growing up, I used to think I was just like the worst with women. And now when I realized, shit, I ain't that bad. just solely based on the fact that like I at least was like respecting myself. I'm like,
nah, fuck it.
Be like, damn, you spending money like that?
Like, nah.
You live with your mama.
Yeah, like
you live with your mama, but you paying her rent.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
You be hearing stories like that, and I'm like,
oh, all the fucking time. Yeah, all the time. You remember niggas go to the Philippines and come back with a wife. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay. You know?
Yeah. How you feel about the passport bros?
What the fuck is that?
You ever heard about that?
Mm-mm.
I think that shit's cap. Let me show you this video real quick though. I think it's
it
cap.
sounds familiar though.
I think it's cap because I think for real, I think there's not enough dudes really doing that at scale for it to really mean shit.
Yeah.
I just think this way for you to monetize the YouTube channel. But let me show you an example of what Passport Bros is. I think you're gonna laugh and then be like, yeah, this is not really feasible for the average man. See, we got like a short little video. How long is this video?
Is that a short? No, it's like 5 minutes.
Dang, got some shit. Quick.
Yeah, all of them just long.
Anyway, okay, so a passport bro basically is when and now is this concept of American men going overseas to go get them a non-westernized woman.
Yeah. No, that's like a real thing. Yeah.
So I think it's a real thing, but like you see all these videos on here, right?
Yeah.
Women just complain about passport bros, black men going to get foreign women. I just don't think that's happening at scale enough that women need to be worried about it.
So military, it's happening a lot of them right now.
Yeah, no, I believe that in the military, but I think the
average one, I don't think it's happening.
I think the average woman should not be worried about the average black guy, her church, being like, I'm done with black women. I'm about to hop on a plane and go down to the Philippines and go pick up a Filipino chick and then bring her back.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
It's just because you see all these videos and they're all talking about it like, passport bro, this is highly requested. I've seen like just women talking about it and they just seem actually concerned. And I'm
just like, who do you know that did this?
It's just not,
If he was not in the army,
exactly.
Like you ain't got nothing.
Because in the military, you guys are it's being funded for you.
Yeah,
but like me, I'm like, I can't imagine spending a flight, mind you. Like
most of them are white. Sorry,
it's
most of them are white.
That's the white dudes are the guys who date out that race the most. Yeah. But like my thing is like, I can't imagine me going overseas at least multiple times to find a woman, at least be like because how many times do you think you gotta spend time with a woman to think like you want to bring her back to the States?
Yeah.
How many times do you think you gotta see her?
20.
So that's a lot of flights back and forth.
With
the same chick to it's not happening like that. Now I think dudes are going over there and like hooking up with women.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they do think
but marrying them, I'm not at scale. Not enough for women to be worried about that. I'm like, to me, most women, y'all women are winning out here. Like I wouldn't be worried about it.
I really wouldn't either.
Yeah. I just thought the passport, bro. I heard this YouTuber talking about it. And I was just like, dude, that's just not happening at scale. Like it's not like this is for dudes who got a shit ton of money, and to me, in my opinion, there's fucking chicks in the States and chicks in fucking chicks anywhere.
Yeah. And no matter what you do, that nigga not gonna marry you, no way.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's just somebody who has the means. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't imagine spending money driving overseas just to be hooking up with chicks.
No,
I don't know. It's crazy.
But yeah,
that was good.
That was a really good episode, though. Yeah, but like I said before, we are going to be coming at least once, hopefully twice a week. With each video. You know what I mean? You got anything else? By the way, anything you want to say real quick?
No, y'all just stay tuned. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? And if you got anything you guys want us to talk about, react to, please let us know in the comments. But this Common Sense. We are out. Peace,
y'all. Yeah.